Hello, my name is Thom Weaver, and I'm a theater artist here in Philadelphia. First, let's do some thank yous. Thank you to the Cultural Alliance, the Theater Alliance, all the people who put this together. Thank you to all of you for being here. Thank you to the elected officials who have helped us through this. And most of all, thank you to my brother, Robert Weaver, because I don't have the time to do all this. This is crazy. Let them hear. They came after us. They came after us, and you know why? Because they thought we were weak. They thought we were weak and quiet and powerless. They thought we had no community, and where there is no community, there is no power. They thought we had no voice. Well, look around you. They were wrong. They were very, very, very wrong. We are a strong community, a powerful people, a community of working men and women who sacrifice so much for their art and culture, sacrifice so much for each other. We are a community not only in Philadelphia, but across the state and across the country. We have a voice, so let them hear. They came after culture. But what is culture? What is the definition? Culture is not a painting or a play. Culture is not simply an art museum or a museum of our Constitution or a zoo. Culture is not simply an opera or a dance. Culture is us. Culture is all of us. Culture is the behaviors and beliefs of a people. Every working man and every working woman, every child, regardless of race or ethnicity, regardless of religion or political affiliation, and most of all, regardless of whether you're rich or you're poor. And in addition, in an already difficult time, this tax is a blow to hardworking families who want to do more than sit at home and watch television. They want culture. They want to learn together. They want to laugh together. They want to cry together, and most of all, they want to be together. Harrisburg may not know that, so let them hear. Some weak numbers. They think we're good for $120 million in tax revenue. You know how much we're actually good for? About $13 million. And that's assuming the ticket sales stay the same as last year, even though they've created a disincentive to buy tickets this year. 86% of us have operating budgets of less than $250,000. I'm not an economist, but that seems silly. So silly, in fact, that we can only assume that they haven't heard these numbers, so let them hear. If they pass this tax in a difficult time, people will stop buying tickets to be part of our work. And then what? Cultural institutions will suffer. Some, if not many, will close. Jobs will be lost. And they think, well, who cares if a few overprivileged artists lose their jobs? Well, that's not who's going to lose work, is it? No, it's people like you and me, people who work for a living. Actors, directors, designers, musicians, dancers, also stage managers. What about stagehands, carpenters, and electricians? How about box office workers? What about the Teamsters? How about janitors and security guards? What about teachers and education programs? By the way, do they know how many education programs we lost because of this? What about docents and curators? How about zookeepers and veterinarians? Do they know the cultural institutions of Pennsylvania employ over 60,000 people? Do they know? They must not know, so let them hear. And that, of course, is the direct effect of the tax. But what about the indirect? If people stop coming to the theater or the opera, what need have they for restaurants and bars? If people stop going to the zoo or the Wachovia Center, what need have they for taxis or subways or buses? If no one takes in a concert at the Kimmel Center, what need have they for parking garages and coffee shops? If they're not going to bring their children to the Please Touch Museum, they might as well stay at home in New Jersey or Delaware. Shop there, not pay tolls. So in a kind of trickle-down economics that no Republican has ever imagined, local businesses will lose revenue, taxable revenue. And some of those businesses possibly will fail, and so more jobs are lost. Again, I'm not an economist, but it doesn't seem like doesn't it seem like the state government will lose more money than they make with this tax? Yeah. Isn't that just obvious? Well, maybe they haven't thought of that. So maybe they need to hear it from somebody else. So let them hear. We can beat this, folks. We're close. We're this close. House Democrats have already responded to our efforts. But it's not over. You gotta call somebody. You gotta send an email, send a fax, Facebook or Twitter somebody, text somebody, start a petition, knock on a door, call your family, call your friends, call your legislator, call your elected representatives, call someone else's elected representatives. Stand on the street and scream if you have to, but get loud. The degree to which you resist this tax is the degree to which you are free of it, so get loud. Stamp your feet, clap your hands, shout at the top of your lungs, but get loud. Because we are winning. We are, but it's close. Only a few minutes left on the clock and the other team is bearing down on us, and they're strong. But you know what? The ball is in our hands. It's our time. Our time to stand up. Our time to fight. Our time to protect our livelihoods. Our time to protect our families. Our time to protect our culture. And our time to protect our community. They didn't know we were powerful. They didn't know we were strong. They didn't know we had a voice. So let them hear.